So we are on our way to Cologne.
Left onto the A535 ramp.
Let's see if I can hear myself.
In 600 meters, take the exit toward Dunes-Tansbrücken.
Good morning, everyone from Cologne. Why are we here? Well, I need to work here today. I work here at one of the most famous, the biggest TV broadcaster in Europe, and there's a kind of event today for employees, internal employees. So I had to come here, and yeah, we came together because my wife is gonna explore the city while I make some money, and yeah, then we'll meet up after work. There's a dinner afterwards for the internal employees, but hopefully we can sneak her in. I mean, it would be nice if my wife could be there as well. And other than that, yeah, my wife is gonna do the vlog today while I am working in the office. Yeah, that's the Kölner Dom, and that's the so-called Hohenzollernbrücke. Yeah. It's known for having many locks from people who love each other. I want to kind of close their love, like clinch their love onto the bridge, so to say.
So we are walking along the Rhine River. That's the statue of the Emperor William II.
Without any stuttering.
On this side of the river, you also have the tower called Köln Triangle, and on top you have a panorama viewing platform. It does cost about €5 per person. But if you want to see the whole city, then it's the best spot, I think. If you like modern art, then Museum Ludwig is the place to go. It's very big, as you can see, and it's right next to the cathedral. The Kölner Dom is one of the biggest Gothic churches, and it took around 600 years to finish it. They started in the 13th century and they only finished it in the 19th century. What is quite amazing is that the cathedral survived the bombings of the Second World War, because there are 12 Romanesque churches in the city, and all of them were very much damaged. but the cathedral, it somehow survived. This is the central station of Cologne. It's right next to the cathedral. So if you're coming by train, this will be the first thing you see. And you can see after the Second World War, many things were destroyed. And I'm not sure if I remember correctly, but I think this cathedral is actually the tallest in the world or Europe. And you can see it is very tall.
Von hier erstmal mitnehmen. Welches Schinken ist das?
Also was?
So my husband got a sandwich at a bakery here. Looks quite good.
Bit expensive, 3.40. That's normally what you would pay for a whole baguette in France. But
Yeah.
it's Cologne.
Now we are in the Hohe Strasse, which is the main shopping street in Cologne. And some say it's the busiest shopping street in Europe. Right now, of course, it's very quiet because it's 8 a.m. But I guess on the weekends in the afternoon it's completely full. If you like shopping, this is the main street to do it. The old town hall of Cologne, which is still in use. I read it's the oldest town hall of Europe still in use, or Germany. Okay, maybe I got it wrong. Let's say it's the oldest town hall of Germany still in use. These are the ruins of St. Alban Church. It's one of the 12 Romanesque churches. This one was damaged so much that wasn't completely restored. The stones at the front, they look very new. Might be limestone or granite. Then behind it you still see some of the old church. Here you have the Via Culturalis. It's like a cultural walk, especially with Roman buildings, I think. Or
Only with Roman buildings, basically, right?
Well, there's also the Modern Art Museum.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe it's not necessarily Roman buildings, but looks like the main attractions. So the cathedral, art museum, also the Roman museum, which is closed at the moment for renovation. This was the house of a rich family in Cologne. It's from the late 15th century and it's called the Gutsenich. Right?
Gothic style, yeah.
It's in late Gothic style. And now the Congress has a location here. So it's not that the Congress has a location here, it's basically a kind of event hall, I guess. Maybe you can see it, that there's an old church here behind the trees and the other buildings. It's Saint Mary in the capital. It's one of the 12 Romanesque churches.
Yeah, and something that we wanted to add is that in terms of architecture, it's in the form of a Latin cross with two naves and a main nave with a transept and a crossing without a cupola, as far as I have seen.
We are at the Hooimarkt. It means hay market, possibly because it used to be where farmers came to sell their animals, their goods, their produce. And it's one of the main squares of Cologne with this very big statue. It's William III and some other knights and bishops. So Friedrich Wilhelm III. One of our birds called Pancho opened a restaurant here in Cologne. Who knew? We found another of the 12 Romanesque churches. This one is the Saint Martin, like the Grand Saint Martin Church. It's very close to the cathedral, the dome, and it's the second biggest church of Cologne, at least in the main center. There's some art over here in this park next to the Rhine, and I think it represents how Cologne looked after the bombings of the Second World War. Many ruins, many broken things. This is another lesson we've learned. We picked a place that has a 4.8 on Google Maps. It's called Oma Jansen.
To go to the toilet.
We need to go to the toilet, so we thought we will sit somewhere, drink something, eat something, and then we can use the toilet. Well, it turns out they don't have a toilet. It's a cafe, like with everything, lunch, breakfast, all of it, and they don't have a toilet. We are very surprised. In the Netherlands, there's a law, if you want to open a cafe or a restaurant, you need to have a toilet, otherwise you are not allowed. So we cannot really believe it that this place doesn't have a toilet. I don't know how it got a 4.8 without a toilet, and
I guess other places are even worse.
I guess so, and with portions like this. Yeah, and that's another thing, it's self-service, like no waiters, they do not come to take your order, they do not come to bring your food or drinks. You'd have to take one of these platters and then go inside, order, and bring your stuff yourself. So, yeah, it's a mystery to me why this has such a high rating. So it's 10 a.m. I am alone for the coming hours, and now I'm gonna go to the botanical garden because I saw it's quite nice and it's actually free, so Not bad. So I'm here at the Rhine Park. It's really big, very quiet. It's right next to the Rhine, as you can expect. And there's even kind of cable cart lift. Takes you from one side of the river all the way to the other side. So that's quite interesting. I'm still walking to the botanical garden. It's 35 minutes, so quite a while. But it's a nice place to walk in. That Ferris wheel over there is from the zoo of Cologne. If you're interested in the cable cart lift that takes you across the Rhine, then look for Rheinseilbahn. So, we've arrived at the Flora Botanical Garden. So before they finished the Cathedral of Cologne in 1880, the Botanical Garden was actually next to where they were building the cathedral. And then in 1850 they started moving the botanical garden here. And yeah, even then they were still building the cathedral, and they took a piece of the cathedral and placed it here in the new botanical garden. And there's a kind of cafe. I think it's the Palace of the Botanical Garden. These are the prices if you're interested. On a hot day like this, it's definitely nice to be in a park that offers a lot of shade. It also has nice little streams. It's 27 degrees, so pretty hot. You actually don't notice a big difference between a tropical garden and outside. It might even be a bit colder in here than outside. So I've decided to head back to the city center, because there are quite some monuments still to see, and it's also quite a bit of a walk. I might also look for something to eat, because I didn't eat much today and I'm walking a lot, so that's the plan for now. There you see Agrippina. As you may know, Cologne started as a Roman settlement. It's quite old. I believe it was around 50 before Christ that it started. and they called it Agrippina the second. I don't know. She was the empress and was born here in the Roman Cologne, and she's also the mother of Emperor Nero. So quite some Roman history here. Ja, einmal Mittagsmenü 3.
Sehr gerne. Was gibt noch was zu trinken?
Nichts.
Was zum Trinken vielleicht? Wir haben hier also Getränkekarte dahinter.
Nein, danke.
Alles klar, danke Ihnen.
So, I'm first having a miso soup. It's the first part of the menu.
Soll ich wieder wegschicken? Ja, ohne Scheiß.
And the second course is some sushi. So I just ate. I feel quite full. It was $8.90, which is okay for sushi, and they were very friendly, and they had a toilet, so yeah, they offered everything that you need, and the atmosphere was very nice. It was quiet with some piano music in the background, and yeah, I feel rested now and ready for the second part of the day.
To not make it too long, we split this video into two. Please click on the left side to continue watching.